Good evening, this is Nick Inman from VolumeProfileTrader.com on Tuesday, May 15th, and this video is going to be pretty short because really there's nothing new to talk about. I think I've made my point that it's been right to be a seller of the market. I've probably said this since the 1st of May, and especially when the market started to move lower, there was when the market should have bounced, it didn't. Therefore, you expect more downside. With that said, I think we're close to what should be a bottom in the market. So pay attention closely. Looking at this 1310 level, 1308 or so, I would be looking for some type of bounce there. Now, I'm not saying necessarily that that bounce is the bottom in the market, but what I am saying is I think that's the level that you want to be participating in from the buy side, from the long side. Right now the shorts are dominating this market, and I know that because the market continues to move lower and make new lows intraday. So just be aware of that. Look for 1308 or so. That's another 20 S&P points or so. Not that big of a deal, less than 2%. From there, I think you look for a potential bounce back up towards the 1370 level. That would be, just looking at the market right now, that would be something that I would look for in terms of a potential target. Looking at the Dow, made a new intraday low today, breaking down. That's fine. Similarly, I would be looking down towards 12,400 or so for your potential spot to get long Dow companies. Let's go through the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ made a new low today, but as you can see with all of these drawings, I think that we have some what should be support. Let me get rid of these really quick. Right around these current levels. What I would really suspect is some type of pullback down to 2,500. That is your 200-day moving average. That's this trend line support. It is also, in general, basically what was resistance should now be, support in general. So the downside for the NASDAQ, it's there, and we need to be aware of it. Hopefully, you've been either net short the market or holding a lot of cash, because there's no real reason to be holding stocks if the market wants to move lower. The volatility index of VIX, just showing how it's breaking out. Again, something that you don't want to be long is the stock market right now. The dollar continues to move higher. This is something you want to be long right now. The euro, this is something you want to be short right now. It continues to break lower, and just let it keep going. And net short the market, net short euros, long dollars. This position is the best working position in my stock portfolio. Other than really day trading futures, this is the only way I'm making money right now in the markets, and I'm okay with that. I'm holding a lot of cash, which I like. Gold continues to break lower. Is this something that you want to be long? Clearly not. Look at what it's doing. And sure, we're going to get an oversold bounce probably soon, as we are coming into this 1535 level. It was the low back on the 26th of September. It was almost the low. The low of that day was 1524. So we're close to what should be some type of triple bottom, but your ceiling, in all honesty, is probably around 1650. So just be aware of that before trade. We're definitely close to the buy side of gold versus the sell side. Silver, just to show it, this is breaking down. This is not something you want to be long. The only thing is, similarly with silver, as is gold, you have 2614. That's your big time support. Just be aware of that level. Oil, just to show it, I recommended looking for some type of bounce. I still believe that can be in the cards. You just have to see the bounce occur, and once the bounce starts, you can start defining your risk to the downside, because once the buyers start coming in, let's say tomorrow looks something like this, where you have a complete reversal of yesterday, of today and the day prior's range pretty much. That means that you can move your stop, go long, move your stop to right under this day, and basically say this is the maximum selling pressure of the bears, and now we're looking for some type of bounce. Whether that bounce lasts $3 or $4 or $6 or $7, it's hard to really tell. But the most important thing is you get involved, and we're close to that opportunity. Natural gas, basically a reversal of the day prior. So this is a bullish engulfing pattern. Just be careful. If you took my recommendation to short natural gas, this is telling you so far that's not the right trade. There's no real reason to basically fight the tape. Have your stop above these levels, but don't let it go further than that. That's my opinion. So anyways, that's really all I have to say about the market. The only name that I really enjoyed watching today was Pepsi. Broke out today, pretty good volume, good to see. Sure, there was a little bit of selling pressure into the close, but you like to see this breakout. I'm just going to bring up what's been popular lately. JP Morgan, 200-day moving average. Let me bring it up. Got sold into, so probably more downside in JP Morgan. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to type that in. I meant to type in Google. Google consolidating. This could be a potential breakout. I would have one of those, maybe like a buy stop above these current levels. If we get above, say, 620, go ahead and buy Google, especially if it closes strong, because what we've seen here is two consecutive higher lows relative to the 23rd. That's good news. We got to the top of this range every time so far. Now we need to see a follow through, and I think the market may be overdue for some type of bounce. Google looks like something that you want to be a part of to the long side. Just because I see on my screen Monsanto was up today, we're at the point of control for the year 70. We have a little more downside, but other than that, it's really not interesting me. So, anyways, that's it. I hope really not much to do other than either day trade if you do that, or wait for the bounce. The bounce will come, I promise you. And if you're getting shaken out, trying to buy, basically in the morning, and by the afternoon people are selling into the close, don't get discouraged. Just realize the most important moves happening at the end of the day. Therefore, if buying happens at the end of the day, then you can feel more comfortable going into the close, going into the following day long. But if that's not the case, then basically sellers overpower, then it shows you that there could be a little more downside to this market. So take care, have a good night, I'll talk to you tomorrow.